Cheers, everybody, from outside Paris. This is a 100% Chardonnay from southern Burgundy, from Puy-Fusé. It's really delicious. Domaine de Beauregard is the label, 2022. Great wine. So, it has been an action-packed first week here at Paris 2024 for the Summer Olympics. I've been reconnecting with French and American family, been attending some birthday parties, and reconnecting also with some old friends, which we'll get into and you'll see here in the video. This is gonna be a quick summary of the first week of the Olympics, get into a little bit what we've been doing, but there's a theme that I wanna get into, and that theme is, there is no alcohol allowed at Olympic venues. You may ask, why is alcohol banned from the Summer Olympics? And the answer is not that the Olympics have banned alcohol, it is actually because of a French law from 1991 that forbids the sale of alcohol and tobacco products at sporting events. Sports organizers can apply for a license, but that's only up for 10 events per year. And given that there's over 700 events at this Summer Olympics, it's kind of a futile effort, so it's not gonna happen. It reached over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, that's 37 degrees Celsius, on center court at Roland Garros. Unbelievably warm, we were all absolutely sweating so much. I would have given anything for a Kronenbourg 1664, and that's not my favorite beer. That's the sort of the French equivalent to a Budweiser or a Heineken. Anything, even an alcohol-free one. But it was not to be. You could only get really Coke products in the venue. You could get water, but the line for water was hundreds of people deep, and there were only a few spigots. So if you went down to get water, you might have missed almost an entire set. So it was a slog getting through it. Also, if you didn't have a Visa card, you couldn't pay for anything, not even cash. The Germans were aghast. So perhaps that's a good topic for another episode as to how similar the French are to the United States, especially when it comes to marketing and sponsorship. So bring your Visa card, bring water, get ready to wait on lines if you need to go get more water. But let's get back to alcohol. So can spectators still drink alcohol at the Olympic Games? The short answer is yes. You just have to pay a little bit more or step outside the venue. So as to hospitality, wine and beer are of course available if you buy a hospitality ticket. If you have a high enough level hospitality ticket, you can even get champagne and spirits. You see, caterers are covered under a different French law, and therefore caterers can still sell alcohol. So much for the principle of égalité in this case. Chalk another one up for privilege, and people who can afford it, they can get nicer things, and in this case, that means they can also drink. So by the time we were technically allowed to buy tickets online, the only thing available was actually the hospitality suite tickets. Fortunately, since it was an early round, the tickets were only about 180 euros each. It's not exactly cheap, but given that this is an Olympic event, it's a global event, it's the best players in the world, 180 euros didn't actually seem that bad, especially because it came with a little bit of extra luxury in the hospitality suite. I cannot imagine what the price will be for comparable tickets in Los Angeles. We were able to see with our tickets Coco Gauff, our fellow American, play against Donna Vekic of Croatia. Coco was the overall 2 seed in the tournament, and while she jumped out to a 5-1 commanding lead, Donna crept back in and she maintained throughout, and she actually outplayed Coco for most of the match. It did not help that there were some very poor line calls, and Roland Garros still doesn't use video review. So vive la tradition, of perpetual controversy, I guess, at Roland Garros. Hopefully the French come around one day to accept video review before it's too much longer, but poor Coco, she left the tournament. The second match was between Alexander Zverev of Germany and Thomas Maček of Czechia. That match was very entertaining, but not without more controversial line calls, and Zverev took the win in 2 sets. For just under $200, we were able to enjoy about 90 minutes of air-conditioned glory with a very pleasant spread, which included the following: tables, high tops, and comfortable seating for guests to relax. These tickets were not oversold, so everybody had plenty of space. 2 bars serving soft drinks, beers, and Really good quality wines. The white was a Chardonnay from Languedoc, the Rosé was a Côte de Provence, and the red was a Merlot dominant Bordeaux blend from the Côte de Castillon. The lounge offered a photo area to take selfies or professional shots with a replica of the Olympic torch. There was lots of customary food from charcuterie, cheese, and various pastries and desserts. Servers also brought around these very unique French hot dogs, some falafel, and other tasty nibbles. And the bathrooms were actually plentiful, spacious, and very clean. And so again, zero overcrowding. The experience was very chill and relaxing, and I felt actually that it was kind of worth it. So can you drink in public spaces outside of the venues? Fortunately, the first inviolable tenet of the motto of the French Republic is liberté, only then followed by fraternité and égalité. As in many European cities, to the surprise of many of my fellow American friends, consuming alcohol in public is permitted for human adults. That is, anyone over the age of 18. As a result, if you want a beer, just go to a local mini market or a grocery store and buy a beer. In fact, many bistros and bars will also sell you a bottle for a slightly elevated price. Regardless, it's a freedom I appreciate and I take advantage of every single time I come to Paris. I simply find a small convenience store and buy an icy cold bottle of rosé to drink in a park or along the Seine, which is exactly what I did with my old German friend. We call him the Dude. The Dude attended graduate school in Southern California and he's never looked back. So despite having a serious job and serious responsibilities, he still revels in relaxing like a surfer. And no, he does not like White Russians. He's more of a Red Bull vodka kind of guy.
Nobody calls me Lebowski. You got the wrong guy. I'm the Dude, man.
Our bars and cafes open along the Seine. Unfortunately, from what I just experienced, there are fewer bars and cafes operating along the riverbanks of the Seine than I expected. For me, this is a disappointment and a huge wasted opportunity for Paris 2024. There are a few small kiosks still operating, but from my walk from the Pont de la Concorde all the way to the Pont Neuf and the Ile de la Cité, I encountered only 2 places selling drinks. The entire area was occupied by bleachers that were for the opening ceremonies that are now silently waiting to be taken away. We attempted to stop for a bottle of rosé, but the refrigerator was not working properly and I didn't feel like drinking hot rosé on a scorching hot day. So we nixed that. Franced again. Where to get a drink in Paris during the Olympic Games? First and foremost, my favorite place to drink in Paris is in public. It is. It's in the parks, it's on the Seine, it's a lovely time to sit outside, even at the cafes. That is where I love having a drink. What they've done for the 2024 Games, which is actually quite brilliant, they've opened up over 20 fan zones across the various arrondissements across the city. They're calling these the Clubs 2024. So you can go there, bring your friends, bring your family, and whatever you need to stay cool and hydrated and happy.
So, dude, tell me about rosé in Paris.
Okay, we tried 3 of those today, and to be quite honest, this one's okay. We pay a decent price, but we had other options. I don't know, where is it? It's that one here, but you can't tell what it is, which is a bad sign.
It was a Les Geôliers Prestige Rosé from Côte de Provence. Simple, elegant, thirst-quenching, really hit the spot.
However, we had really good rosé at a very decent place up Place Madeleine. You know, the glass was about 10 euros. So we had 2 glasses, and that was, you could tell that was a good price for what we got. Then came the surprise. So we went to the corner store and got this amazing shit of rosé for 8 euros and sat down by the Seine, had some really beautiful cheese and surimi, and that, you can edit that in any sense. We enjoyed it. It tasted wonderful. And we drank out of plastic cups. And then we come here, somewhere city center, there's restaurants everywhere. You can look around. here everywhere. There's the famous patisserie store, yeah. So this is expensive. We got front row seats because we're the dude and the dudorette. And dudorette. And yeah, it's okay. I'm disappointed. Chris had some le frites. He didn't try the mayonnaise though. Because he felt like there's too many eggs in there and he might die. So now we're kind of heading out. Peace.
Rue Montorgueil is the quintessential French street. If you've never been to Paris before, this is the street that satisfies every single stereotype you have ever learned. So shops on either side, boulangères, patisseries, flower shops, boutiques. It's wonderful. The cafe and the bar culture is extremely strong. In conclusion, while you're enjoying all that rosé or whatever it is you're drinking in your trip to Paris, please remember to continue to eat and hydrate. Food and water are essential to enjoying your wine. On Rue Montorgueil, it's home to Stroher, which is one of the most famous patisseries, in fact, the oldest patisserie in Paris. It dates back to the 1730s. Also, if you want to try snails, you have l'escargot. You will not be disappointed. Just remember to order that Alsace Grand Cru Riesling as an accompaniment. And so till next time, please remember to eat well, drink better, and always have fun. Santé.